Breaking records, these are things we celebrate. Yeah, it took an L to keep you humble, humble.
Coming up, the Dolphins take on the Jets. It's a series tied at 55 wins apiece, but Miami has won 8 of the last 10 meetings. AFC East football heads your way next.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. The Jets here on the offensive side for the first time, and leading him out, Charles, the number 2 overall pick in this April's draft. It's Zach Wilson out of BYU.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that, and they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
5 yards on the game's first play, second down. This defense for the Dolphins, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep is Philip Dorsett. "36 yards on the punt with no return, and it'll be Dolphin football." Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. The numbers on the ground last week for Ballage. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. They run it with Ballage. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
The touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. So Tua making the completion there. What's different about playing a left-handed quarterback like him? And specifically, I guess, what does this defense need to try and take away?
I'll take the first part that you asked about being left-handed. We've got to find out if he can move to his right and still continue to be accurate. So I want to push him in that direction and see if he can get his body squared around and make those throws that he's used to making. The next part is he's a dart thrower. Loves those short to intermediate routes first. Sit on those and make him throw the deep ball. Not that he's not capable, but you want him to prove it to you first.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. Here's Fuller with a catch. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards the pickup there. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Balaj. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Tua. A quick throw, but incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 1st and goal from just inside the 5. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Pardon me, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball.
And he's not going to get out of the end zone. Murray is taken down for the safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Tua now on 1st down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. 2nd and 20. Another try after the 1st down sack. Tua, he lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I think he just made the punter a little bit jealous there. There was some serious hang time on that ball. Deep downfield, and while it didn't connect, it certainly sent a message, didn't it?
From midfield, here's Tua. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, the Dolphins' new punter for 2021, Michael Pilardi, on to punt, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Balaj. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tua. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Tua sets up to pass it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. Touchdown. Will Fuller with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes this a 9-point game. 5 plays there on that drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Keelan Cole now to return. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. Now a give, left side. This is Murray. Murray with a nice move. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. This will be a jet sweep to Crowder. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was Raekwon Davis with the tackle. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's get it.
remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Chris Jones now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. He's letting this one go for Fuller. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Will Fuller, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. We saw Tua Tagovailoa hit on some big ones in his college days to Henry Ruggs and Jerry Jeudy. That left arm, pretty underrated in terms of strength.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
We plan to win. Let's go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down a couple of scores, 16-0, as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. That catch good for only a couple.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Wilson. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he is going to have a Jets first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. He finds Latavius Murray. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Wilson's throw taken in there by Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again here, Wilson. It's complete to Cole. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. On 2nd and goal, Wilson. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal. And his kick here is good. And they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. We have hit halftime. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The question to be asked, where does this game go from here as we are back at it now on EA Sports? The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They'll run here with Balaj. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9. Tua over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Again, it's Balaj. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Tua going to throw. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Looking to pass. Tua. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Now Tua. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Touchdown! Ethan Carter, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And some good special. Team's coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with second down coming up. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. On first down, Wilson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Tua now on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 3 yards the gain there, second down. And they're going to speed things up here. From the 38, Tua. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Tua finding Gesicki there for a Dolphin first. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Touchdown, Dolphins!
That's what I'm talking about.
Kalen Ballage hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Now a dump off here complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 6 yards left on second down. Now Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. They're on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, at Bank of America Stadium in Carolina. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now a handoff here to his running back. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd and 9 from the 44. And he'll give it here to his running back. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Tua on 4th down. That's Tua's running back, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get easy. Tougher. 3rd and long coming up. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the